Back to Owl Dragon Adventures. I'm Scott Kegler.
And I'm Rob MacPherson.
And we'll be talking about my top games of 2023. So this is a real casual video. We just wanted to get our top 2023 videos out. We'll probably put some stuff up on TikTok as well. But wanted to start here to go through the list, my list, and Rob will be posting his list of top games of this year, which was incredibly difficult to do. Because
this was a hell of a year.
It was an amazing year. We've also had some great opportunities to just play a lot this year. We did the Level Up Retreat where we got 40 hours of gaming in.
I'm going to be blunt. The reason we're doing separate videos is 100% because I have a few more games coming in this week that I want to play before I make my list.
It was just wild. And even this year at PAX Unplugged, we really just focused on play testing, meeting with publishers, playing games, and then any of our downtime, just playing games until they kicked us out of the hall.
I know my number one of 2024 is going to be.
Oh, yeah. Spoilers.
You'll find out.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll get into it as far as my top list of the year. And it was very difficult to get this list down. And one of them I'm giving myself an exception on and cheating a little bit, but we'll get to that. But we'll start off with number 10. My number 10 of the year was My Island by Cosmos. I really enjoyed My City, but and I think, I don't mean to speak for Rob, but in the minority, I think My Island is a better game.
Oh, absolutely.
I
loved My City. My Island, superior in every way.
Yeah, it was just more fun, more engaging. The journey of this legacy game of building your own island with these hex pieces. Every evolution of the envelopes was just so much fun. It just exceeded my expectations. I thought it'll be okay. Yeah. I thought it was just way more clever. And I think maybe that's what some people didn't like is how much more evolved it was.
Yeah, there was much more game to the game.
Yeah, but fantastic job. We did a review of it, I believe.
Not yet.
Not yet. We have not done a review of it.
We're going to be filming it after this.
Yeah, we'll be filming a review of it. Absolutely loved it. Without any spoilers because there's a legacy game, but yeah, absolutely fantastic time. Great job on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Great pick.
My number 9 was also a surprise, and another big designer. So first, I had Rainer Knizia on that last one. This is part of a series as well, a much longer series. It's been around for a while. And that is the newest contribution to the Oniverse series. That is Siberian by Shadi Torbe. It is, in my opinion, one of the best games in the entire series. Some of the more recent ones I thought were This one was just phenomenal, very meditative, fun, relaxing solo game. I'm a big solo gamer.
Yeah, I don't usually always get the same games for those type of solo games as you because we don't really mesh that well. Yeah. But I decided to pull the trigger on this one because you grabbed it, and no regrets at all. Fantastic solo game.
It's just fun, and it just some of his games are just so abstract sometimes, and it just doesn't feel like you're even when you're winning the game, it doesn't feel like you're doing anything.
Right.
Just kind of like you're playing a game, but the puzzle just feels too abstract.
Yeah.
And this one, I love the theme of it, the way it works, the way that every action I take feels like it matters as the game is rolling forward. Just if you haven't tried it out, maybe you've been burned on some of the other ones, I really highly recommend Siberian by Impatience.
Yeah.
That was my number 9. Number 8. Only just got to the table recently, but again, a game that exceeded my expectations, and for this time of year, it's December. Really captured the spirit of Christmas, and I really had a great time with it. That was Santa's Workshop by Elf Creek. Got a copy, one of the copies at PAX Unplugged, the limited edition first print run, and it's adorable. It's not only is it an adorable Christmas game, but it's a game. It's a real on the advanced rules, anyways. A crunchy little worker placement game.
Did you know that's the second edition of that game?
It is the second edition. Yeah.
I didn't know that till I was looking it up earlier.
Yeah, it was like 2017, 2016.
Something like that, yeah.
But just beautiful production of the game. And with the advanced rules, I really feel like there's a lot going on with it. We had a great time. And everything just feels funny and festive as you're playing a little group of elves, trying to build up Christmas cheer.
Yeah, awesome game. I'm going to be shocked if that's not in my top 10.
Yeah, it very good. Number 7. Did I cheat somehow? I did.
How did you cheat?
I have an extra game.
Oh, no, you just have it listed twice. You have 2 of the same number. You sent me the list before.
Okay, got it.
You have 2 number 8s on there, but your 8 and 7 are the same. You have Siberian on there twice, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but the numbers are double too. So
I'm going to have to adjust this then anyways, because I still have something wrong on here because I adjusted it again after that. But I'm putting this in here anyways. We're going to call it number 7 or call it number 8B.
Yeah.
That is
7-ish.
7-ish. This is not yet released in the U.S., but it does have a 2023 release in Europe right now.
You are cheating.
I am cheating. It's technically a 2023 game. We just can't get it here yet. You can, but it's in German.
Worth it.
Worth it if you want to take the effort to translate it.
Google Lens worked great for us.
It did. Nunatak by Cosmos, another Cosmos game. This game was absolutely fantastic.
Didn't hurt that he beat us twice.
By a lot. But no, it's if you've ever played Nidavellir, it's Nidavellir as far as the same kind of collection mechanic as far as set collection, but the puzzle is not an auction puzzle. It is this awesome pyramid stacking puzzle.
It's a 3D spatial puzzle.
Yeah, 3D spatial puzzle with that set collection from Nidavellir where you have like 6 different types, and the types will score differently. That part was like familiar and not, I wouldn't say necessarily evolved beyond very much Nidavellir, but the spatial puzzle plus the objective cards, the elder cards in the game, all together just makes this fun. And we crush through games that fast. Like you can play it in
the
30,
first time took us
minutes.
a little while to play because we were translating it from German.
Right,
but like, the second time we played it, they had actually put stickers on the cards to give us English.
But you play through 30, 40-minute game. It feels like you're just moving along. So much fun. Once that's out next year, there's no way. Hopefully, we'll be reviewing a copy of it as well. But I will absolutely have that because it is just a fun, fast game.
Yep, great game.
So that's my 7-ish. Next, we have the Fox Experiment is I guess we'll call that 6-ish for me. The Fox Experiment. I played this last year. Actually, was one of the
numbers don't matter anymore.
They don't matter anymore. It was one of the games I taught at Gen Con last year for Pandasaurus. And the game, other than just cleaning up the rules in the rule book, the game is essentially the same, but absolutely great game. I think it is, again, a very thematic, evolved roll and write. So you're basically playing a roll and write, but like you can like build it and make it more powerful, and everybody starts to like develop their pups, their foxes, but get to add more and more dice. By the end of the game, you're chucking like 13 dice at a time and assigning them like you would a roll and write. But meeting certain conditions and then upgrading your tech tree. So much fun.
I was terrible at it. Absolutely terrible at it. I came in last place by a good margin, and I still absolutely adored it, and I'm really looking forward to the next playthrough of it.
Yeah. So that brings me to my number...
Count from the top.
Yeah, no. But I have an extra game in here. That's going to throw me off.
Yeah, but not if you count from 1 down.
No, but I have an extra game. No, I have 11 games on here.
Yeah, I know. But if you just count from the top now.
Sure. So we'll go from 6. Number 6 is Victorum. Hoplomachus Victorum. Fantastic chip theory solo game. I love that it really was built with just the solo player in mind.
Yep.
I love a lot of other chip theory games, but this one is just you're only built for you, how you want to set it up, has great table presence, and really captures...
I am shocked that this is a number 6, that this is so low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I figured this was going to be number 2 or 3 for you.
Oh, no, I really enjoy it. It'll end up on another list for me, but we'll get to that. I just absolutely love this as a solo game, probably because it's only a solo game is part of the issue for me.
Okay, I get you.
I really love this one. I banked a ton of hours on this at the beginning of the year when this came in, but very excited for the expansion materials for it. It's just fun running your little gladiatorial game. It's actually the only reason why I like part of 20 Strong. Otherwise, 20 Strong this year was kind of a miss for me.
Yeah.
So the Victorum stuff, I liked that. But that's Victorum, my number 6. Number 5, officially number 5.
I was going to say for real this time?
For real this time. Station Fall.
Okay.
So this was a game that was a terrible rule book, which I had a terrible first play on it. I really did not enjoy my first play of it. We had a bad teach.
Which destroyed him because he had over $100 worth of the game getting shipped to his house at that moment.
Just $100, but yeah.
No, you had the mat coming too. You bought the mat before we played it.
Yeah, but it was the core game was only like $60.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The mat was like 40 or something like that. So it was like $100 in the investment of the game. So yeah, you bought it just hoping that it would be good. Sounded like fun. Terrible first experience with it. Since then, and now we have actually played it with my new cheat sheet now. But once you learn the rules, it is the most hilarious Among Us feeling type game where you're running around in this. Everyone's got a hidden role game, and as we joking, it's how many games you get to chase a laboratory chimp around a spaceship with.
I used
wrenches.
a telepathic rat to space somebody.
So it's just a silly hidden role game where you're all trying to secretly get your objective and get in your escape pod off the ship that's falling from orbit, and it is very mean, but it is very fun.
Very mean.
But once you kind of embrace it and then start to realize when you know the rules, there's a lot of other options we didn't know about the first play that just help change a lot of it.
That was the game we were thinking of on Friday night that we couldn't think of, where we were saying it's like there's another game we just played recently that's super mean, but we really like it.
Station Fall.
Yeah.
Very mean. We both didn't realize in a game we were both the psychopathic robots on board, and that's when we embraced it. We're like, you know what? We have the same objectives.
So Scott pitched this game to me at first. And he pitched it to me. I'm like, I really don't want to play that, but I'll give it a whirl. And then we played it at
4 or 5 count. 4.
No. When we played it at the con, we played it at like 7 count. And I played it. I'm like, okay, I liked it more than I thought I would, but still really not much. And then we played it at 4 count, and it was fantastic.
I think 4 to 5 is the perfect number for that game.
Yeah, and the right people.
And the right people.
You need people that know about what they're doing and don't need to stop you and ask you every single turn.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, can I do this?
So excellent, funny game, but if you get it, go into BGG. There's a great file. Somebody put together a cheat sheet.
Yeah.
Laminate that, throw it in the box. You'll be golden.
Ooh, should give that feedback to Mayfair, because Mayfair is the new American distributor.
Nice.
I wonder if he has any sway.
You just put that right in there. It fixes everything. Number 4. Really this time.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like we're on number 14.
We're actually technically I've added a game. My bad. I don't feel bad about it. I'm not taking back my island. Number 4, Nova Roma. So this was one we only just played recently. I got a copy of it after we played it because I liked it so much. I kind of called it like Endless Winter with a Roman theme. So it is
easier to table.
Easier to table. It is a point salad type game, but I just really liked this point salad type game. I loved the puzzle in the middle.
It's very Targi-like puzzle.
Yeah.
It's like a reverse Targi, though.
Yeah. So I love the way that you place workers, the way that you can kind of like, and how much first player mattered in this game was a big part of it too, where like there's this Caesar token that multiplies certain actions, and if you can get that early, that's very helpful. But everybody played at the table incredibly different strategies, and we had a very tight scoring at the end of the game.
Yeah,
that to me is
we
always
were
fun.
Like 5 points. All said and done.
That to me makes me very excited to play that more. I could see that one being played much more in 2024. Yeah. So late entry for me, but very happy that I got to play it.
Yeah, fantastic game.
Thank you to our friend Corey for bringing it to PAX and Play.
Yep.
Number 3. This was one of my favorite games to teach this year, weirdly enough. I just got really into a rhythm with it, teaching it multiple times in a short amount of time.
I know exactly which game this is just off of that sentence.
And that is The White Castle by DeVere. I thought that it was a amazing amount of game in a small box. Don't like the solo. I'm hoping that DeVere, is going to, like they did for Red Cathedral, do an expansion, particularly to fix the solo on that game, because then that would be probably my number 1 of the year. Mm-hmm. That's what hurt it for me. That's why it's all the way down to number 3. But the multiplayer on this is so much fun. I call it this kind of Rubik's Cube of a game where you're trying to get the most out of every little move.
Yeah, I've only given it a play once, and I was just getting the feel of it when we wrapped up. But no, I very much enjoyed it. Solid gameplay. You're always looking for those synergies, and the synergies are there. It's not one of those games where you need to play synergies in order to win, and they're really elusive. They're there. You just need to find the best one. Yeah,
a little bit of AP in this one, but just so much fun. You can't get better bang for your buck. You're paying like $35 for this very crunchy small box game.
Yep.
And surprise, surprise for me, it is an Edo period Japanese themed game, and that is like to me. So love it. My number 2. This is a game that we were at a retreat. I was very excited that they had it and I wanted to play it. kept asking Rob, and he kept being like, rolling his eyes a little bit. I could tell he was like, he was going to play it because we had 40 hours to burn, but wasn't excited because he thought it was something very different until he saw it and then realized what it was. He got excited. We had a great time. That is Scarface 1920.
Yep.
So
I thought it was like the movie, like Scarface the movie. I've never heard of the game before. You said, do you want to play Scarface?
Well, that's what. I'm a history nut, so like it's Al Capone and a 1920s gangster game where you're all playing rival gangs in Chicago, the 1920s. So gun running, rum running. But what's great about it is it's a worker placement, small deck building game.
Yep.
Area control, and you wouldn't know that just by looking at it quick. It looks like just some sort of guys on a map game.
Right.
And it is not. It is like really...
In fact, have we ever fought each other in that game?
It happens very seldomly. It's so expensive, which I love as a gang. So expensive to your operation to get into a feud. Something's got to be very important to spill blood over
I drove Scott and Corey insane the first time we played this game because I just kept saying, forget the law. And I just kept pushing... higher and higher up the threat track and just causing raid after raid after raid. They're like, just be quiet for a little while. I'm like, nah, why?
It's also a game I love that because after people have played it once, they realize like, oh, because everyone wants to play, like they just play their cards like crazy and you're like, that speeds the game up and you don't get a chance to get what you want to do.
Yeah, we play
so you have to find this
slower.
Fun little balance of like, when do I push the crime and when do I have to kind of stay under the radar and only do a little bit to get what I need and build up my empire.
I will say that by pushing the game, I still only lost by $1.
Yeah.
Not letting that go, Corey.
Yeah.
$1.
But since then, I've gotten a copy of it. Absolutely adore that game. Very much. I went
What's
crazy.
The extensions for that coming in?
Sometime next year. I'm not sure. Maybe Q3. But I went ham on that. Got all the expansions and excited to have more factions and more, frankly, more resources. It's one of the few things that would hold it against climbing in my all-time. But it could, because they're adding 2 more resources and some more activities to do in the game, and that could bring it up there for me because I love the theme of the game.
Nice.
So that was my number 2. So I don't even need to look. My number 1 of 2023 also actually cracked my top 100 or top 10 of all time. That is Seas of Havoc by Rockminer Games. Like Station Fall, another mean game. But it gives me everything I want. Worker placement, deck building, and a really fun spatial puzzle that is essentially everyone shoots each other with cannons.
Right.
The game just really moves along. It is fun, easy to teach, but has a good modular aspect to it. To every game I can jump in and be like, I'm going to choose this captain instead, and I'm going to choose this ship to go with it. And guess what? If you have the Monsters expansion, throw in some sea monsters as well to the board to add some complexity to it. Absolutely adored Seas of Havoc. I think that Rockminer really knocked out of the park, particularly with the deluxe copy of that game. Love the components.
Yeah, no, fantastic game. I'm always in the mood for it. I've suggested it a few times at this point. Just fun. I love the Pac-Man rules on the map that let you swing around and get up on people. Really sneaky game sometimes. The deck building is on par.
And I love that
resources last time though. We played it at 4 players and the resources were tight.
Well, I love that in that game the deck building is not just a legitimate strategy for getting fun new cards and movements and that, but they're literally VP you're buying. So like you never feel like it's a wasted action to be like, I just want my deck to be a little stronger. It's like, oh, plus I just banked like 1 or 3 VP for the end of the game. So it's so much fun. You love the Pac-Man. I love the Pac-Man rules of the combat. Gathering treasure and when you line up that perfect shot, or like you've got the perfect hand of like
the Pac-Man shots where I'm like, I'm shooting you, and Scott's like, how are you shooting me? I'm like,
when the ship upgrades, that you can all of a sudden be like, how are you doing? I'm like, oh, I have a little trebuchet or something like that that I can like launch over. So just a fun game, captures what I love about this hobby, being like, this is not just like the heaviest Euro game, which can be really fun. This is just enough of those Euro elements, but in a fun, beautiful package. I love the art in the game. Very excited to table that more and more.
Yeah, great game.
Into 2024. So
great game. Yeah, so 2023 was a fantastic year for games. As
clearly,
I said,
I cheated. I had 11 games in my top 10. So.
I'm stalling on my list because there's still some games coming out, and plus I have I've got one back here that I just need to play. Where is it? Septima. I still have Septima that I need to play
Right.
because that's dangerous. I didn't realize Rolling Heights was 2023. I don't think I'm going to get that to the table before. So it's hard to get all of the games that we wanted to from 2023 to the table, but that's a great list. I don't disagree with a single one of those. I'll be interested to see what my my crossovers are.
I could see at least 3 or 4 crossovers, unlike our top 100 of all time, our top 10 of all time.
Yep. We're not doing a top 100 list. I am too tired for that.
Maybe someday. If you really want to see one, go ahead and leave a comment.
If we break 5,000 subscribers,
we'll do top 100.
We'll do top 100.
But so start clicking if you like that. Leave us some comments of the certain games that you thought that I missed or that you saw that based on my list that you think I would like as well.
Yeah, let us know what your game of 2023 was. I'm really excited to see what everybody else thought because, as I said, fantastic year for games.
Yeah. With that, we wish you good luck with all of your future board game adventures.
And thank you for joining us on ours.